Good morning. My name is Brianna, and I'm the Director of Hospitality and Connections here at Marian Methodist. A lot of people see the small coffee cup tattoo I have on my ankle, and they rightfully assume it must mean I really love coffee. Luckily, that's not the case, because it'd be pretty ironic considering how much this baby seems to hate coffee at the moment. Truthfully, the reason I got this tattoo 10 years ago is more about what it represents to me. So almost 15 years ago, my now husband Ryan and I went on our very first date at a coffee shop in Newport Beach, California. We sat outside under the twinkling lights with the pleasant smell of vanilla lattes in the air as we very nervously got to know one another. It was a few years later that Ryan proposed at that same coffee shop, complete with the fairy tale book. I'll always remember toasting strangers with our mugs. I can't count how many times I've had coffee with a friend and left with a deeper relationship. So many times in my life, I've sat over a cup of coffee or tea and shared my joys, my goals, my struggles, my prayer requests. Those memories are important to me. In fact, when my mom visits, one of my favorite things is in the morning, we sleepily get our coffee together and we just chat about the day. It's something that we don't get to do much anymore living so far away. There's fellowship to be found over a cup of coffee, and I do think that ministry happens, or can happen, over the pouring of a cup of joe. I don't think coffee is holy. I would never say that. But I do think there's something very special about taking the time to have fellowship with one another over a warm beverage. What I'm trying to say is sometimes we get so swept up in the busyness and the efficiency of life that we might miss out on those slower moments where we can sit down and have a conversation that is comforting, relaxed, and intimate. When you're new to a church, or newer to a church but haven't quite made friends there yet, it can be intimidating. Trust me, I know. It was just a few years ago, I was the mom who came here alone with her 2 kids. We went straight to drop off at Sunday school. I walked straight into the sanctuary, and we got home as quickly as possible. It's kind of awkward trying to make friends. Some of us have maybe been going to church for years and just maybe aren't feeling super well connected. And so that's why I want to challenge some of our members at Marian Methodist that if you see someone alone who may be new, maybe not, on a Sunday morning, I encourage you to introduce yourself, get to know them, and who knows, it may even lead to a cup of coffee in the future. It's a hospitality favorite verse, but Hebrews 10:24-25 says, "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." We were meant to live in community with one another. And to those of you who are new or newish to your church, let's chat over coffee sometime. I want to get to know you and help guide you in a direction that may help you feel more connected at church. Whether it's joining the choir, attending a Bible study, or just joining a fellowship group to get to know more people, we can chat, and I'd love to help you make that happen. I have one more verse I'd like to share. It's from 1 John 1:7, and it says, "But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his Son, purifies us from all sin." Trust me, these coffee chats that I've had the pleasure of having with many of you, they're just as beneficial to me as they hopefully are to you. And so, no, I don't think coffee is holy, but I do think holy moments can be found over a cup of coffee. Thank you.